What's happening, everybody? Back here with the old Yamaha AES 620. I like showing this guitar off. It's kind of weird to play out live. It's Seymour Duncan loaded in the rear. I think that's a JB in the rear. I put the custom chrome rings on it. But this jack, you would think is pretty sensible, pretty cool, and I like the thought of it. I like the idea where they were going with it. The problem is if you're kind of like me and you play low, I don't really like to play sitting down that much. I like to play standing up, and I usually kind of play a little bit low. Not because it looks cool, but it does look cool to me. But I just like the feel of, I don't know, my hand's comfortable down there. So playing kind of up here is kind of goofy to me, and then even just sitting here with it in your lap, it's a little weird. Anyways, I'm really going off on a tangent. I just want to say, I just want to show some guitar stuff. No life lesson stuff here today, just guitar stuff. It's Christmas time, so I had to put this shirt on. It makes me laugh. But I get a lot of, and I'm understanding that it's hard to hear me sometimes, so I'm going to scoot up here a little bit when I'm talking and then back up when I'm playing, if that's okay. If you want to see more guitar stuff, we'll just hold it right here. How about that? I'm working on that, though. Give me time. I'm not a professional YouTuber. I just got some stuff I want to share, man. That's it. Just a dude doing dude stuff. I've always been, back in the early 90s, late 80s, early 90s, I was in a band. We went to California, had a semi-record deal, blah, 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 this, that, and the other. It was cool. You want to hear more about that? Okay, cool. I'll maybe another time. Right now we're talking about guitar stuff. But I've always been complimented on my crowd interaction and my ability to be able to play guitar without really looking at the guitar a whole lot. And a lot of my guitar player friends, hey, listen, there are, I live in the Southeast, there are guitar players here that just are, they blow my mind. And for them to say stuff like that to me just blows my mind. So it's pretty cool. I appreciate, fix this a little crooked. I appreciate their, I don't know. Their compliments mean a lot to me. But what I'm getting at is, how do you do it? How have you done that? How have you been able to just play and not look at the guitar? Well, number one, I really enjoy looking at people while I'm playing. That's always been a thing for me. It's always been very important to me, to have that crowd interaction. If you're playing live, that's kind of what we're doing. That's kind of why we're doing it. I got some cool stuff I want to show you, and I want to share it with you as a musician, as a guitar player. I want to throw it at you, and I want it to be reciprocated. I want it to come back, and that's where the energy happens. And I know I'm getting a little nerdy right now, but I get excited over just the thought of playing live. That's what got me into this right here. But anyways, how have I done it? That crowd interaction and that energy has always been so important to me that without even really trying to think about it, so I'm pretty blessed that I just kind of just started doing it. I've always practiced. I've always practiced not looking at the guitar. You may have some things you're trying to nail down, and you got, this certain lick that's a, whatever it may be. I'm sorry, you couldn't see that. That was really sloppy. Anyways, so maybe you got to watch your way through it a little bit. To make sure your fingers are doing the right thing until you have it, and then when you have it, though, you have it. And if you see my hands really not going anywhere right here, I'll show you the lick. So I added that little tap in there. But I don't really need to see any. I don't need to watch that. I mean, I'm not saying it's easy. It's not. I'm just saying I don't need to see where my hand is right here. So I've always been that kind of cat that I just go, okay, well, let me just try it. Okay, cool. So it doesn't matter if it's fast or slow. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter if you're hammering on, pulling off. So right here, I just hammer a few notes. I pick a few notes. Versus, you see what I'm getting at. You don't have to see it. So when you're sitting around practicing, practice that way. Okay, for example, one of the solos I had to learn here fairly recently was Mr. Brownstone. And I'm just going to tell you, I don't learn these things note for note. I just don't. I like to do my own thing. It's a good idea too, though, if you can. There are guys out there teaching people how to play these solos note for note, and God bless them for having the time to sit down and do that. I think that's cool. Most of the time, if I'm stuck on something, I'll look one of those guys up. Steve, he's one of my favorites. Anyways, I'll find out who that is and I'll get it to you. I may just look at his positioning. So where is he at on the guitar? Where's his position? And then I can kind of surf my way through that a little bit and add my own flair to it. But the solo for Mr. Brownstone has a huge, like a 5-fret jump in it. And I've gotten lucky a few times and played it and not even had to look down to play that and still make that jump. And that's what I'm talking about. Now, I can try it right now. I can't guarantee it's going to happen. I don't know. But it's literally... See, it jumps up here to the C position because you're playing over G, C, and then D. And I'm out of tune. So, just it's important for you to know what you're playing over. So, all this, I don't need to see that. I missed it. But you see what I'm getting at. And so I don't play that the same way every time either. So. Anyways, I understand that was really not good, but you see what I'm getting at. Practice that kind of stuff without looking at it. It'll be weird at first, but if you're just sitting right here, all I had to do was look right here. So that's what I'm getting at. That's what I wanted to share with you. It's been a huge compliment for me, my entire guitar playing career, I guess if you call it that. So I always just never really thought about it. Why can't I do that? It's because I practice that way. So practice that way. Whatever you're doing, practice it that way. Practice it how you're going to be applying it. And if you're playing live in a band, man, I can't stress the importance enough of practicing standing up. Practice moving around. Practice looking out at people. It'll feel weird and goofy, but it's super important. The best way to get good at something is to do it over and over and over. And the best way to be good at something is to pretend like you've done it over and over and over. So, okay, I did kind of go into life lessons. I want to show you one more thing that's always been kind of cool too. And it's been something that's come up in questions when I'm playing certain passages or I'm doing certain things or you get that choke up on the strings. If you're watching this, then you're beginner or intermediate. You're a beginner or intermediate player. If you're a really good player, you're way above me probably. But I've always gotten a lot of compliments on getting tone from guitars, getting certain sounds from guitars, just making them kind of be expressive, making them express what I'm trying to say. And one of the cool ways I've been able to do that is by muting the strings while I'm soloing. And I really love the choked up sound of that. It's just, I don't know, kind of cool. And you just heard me do a little bit of it, and I'll show you a difference between doing it and not doing it. So it's cool, nothing wrong with that. But if you choke up on some of those notes, and I don't do all of them, just do some of them. It just depends on what I'm feeling and what I'm trying to say. It just gives it a little more, you know, something kind of cool. And I was asked, anyways, I hope that makes some sense. Now I play a lot of those same, I hope you could see that. I played a lot of the same notes and passages right there, just so you could kind of get an idea of the difference between the two. But and one more thing about your tone, it's a huge misconception to just crank that gain up to get those squeals and to get the all that, you know. It's all in there, but you see what I mean. When you get that, you hear those guitar players that get that great freaking percussive chunk kind of sound. Okay, like Nuno, very percussive player. One of my favorite players. I can't even. Oh, that was terrible. I'm not going to do that again. Never do that again. But he's a very percussive player, and he uses a lot of that kind of technique. I don't edit these, so you get what you get. I just now sat down and started playing. Anyways, try it, man. Try it. Try those muting techniques. It's kind of cool. And back that gain off that amp a little bit. It really will clean up the notes, gives you that good chunking, driving kind of sound. Maybe in your solos, you want to crank the gain. I do on mine, on my settings. My gain settings are cranked up a little bit on the drive just to get that sustain. Oh, so you hear that thing's kind of trying to come out a little bit. I almost feel like I make that happen sometimes. Like, come on out. But to back that gain off a little bit, try it. Just try it. You'll see. You'll still get your squeals and all that stuff. You will. See, they're in there. My gain's really not that hot on this little amp. That's not my normal stuff that I'm playing through right there. It's just a little Line 6 combo amp. But normally I'm on a Helix or, you know, Pod Go, something like that. But the Helix is, that's my dude right there. I still have an amp or two, but they're slowly but surely going away. Those Helixes and all that stuff. They've gotten so good. Anyways, that's not a video. This is not a video about that. I really just wanted to share that with you. I just, in a conversation with somebody about guitar playing, and it was just kind of cool, I thought. I'm not, no self-deprecation here. We know where I know where I stand as a guitar player, and I know where I used to stand as a guitar player. But I've learned some pretty cool stuff, so if I can pass it on to you, I want to. And maybe you do it better than I do. Maybe you do it better than I do it. But anyways, I'm going to keep practicing. I told myself 10 minutes a day. And so I'm telling you, 10 minutes a day, just try to get it. And I'm getting 10 minutes right now. So y'all are interrupting me. Peace. Peace. I'm looking at myself and it's weirding me out. See ya.